Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Scream Vault, where we react to metal, metalcore, hard rock, all sorts of shit. If this is your first time on the channel, feel free to leave a like, subscribe. Today, we're going to be checking out Sleep Token, Take Me Back to Eden. Big Sleep Token fan. I love him. I've heard this song a shit ton of times, and I think this is possibly one of my favorite songs right now. So it just seemed appropriate to start with it. So we're going to analyze lyrics, watch the video, and just jam out. Let's do it. Sleep Token's always a treat, man. This song has like pretty deep meaning. I mean, Eden, we're talking about like paradise, the Garden of Eden. Take me back to Eden. We start hearing like the birds, but they're kind of chittery and like a bit robotic. Like they don't sound. I mean, they don't sound like happy birds. They're just kind of chittering and chirping. They feel a bit weird. Like
I dream in phosphorescence, bleed through spaces, see you drifting past the fall, but no one told you where to go.
I mean, like right away, the imagery too. Like we have like this angel of death. I mean, like just backlit, dark figure, scythe in one hand, looks to be like an apple in the other. I mean, that tracks with the whole Eden, Garden of Eden, apple of temptation. Um, we have some like interesting, I guess, tentacles coming out here. So very interesting imagery.
We dive through crystal waters, perfect oceans, but no one told me not to breathe. And now the weightlessness recedes. Sharpest teeth, you know my desire.
Like this part is just. I mean, even just through the first verse and the chorus, like some of the lyrics here, like see you drifting past the fog, but no one told you where to go. We dive through crystal waters, perfect oceans, but no one told me not to breathe, and now the weightlessness recedes. I've listened to the song a bunch, so I kind of like know some of the other lyrics coming up, but just looking at this, like we dive through crystal waters, perfect oceans. Once again, this imagery of like paradise, and um, but then you got this juxtaposition with, but no one told me not to breathe. So we're diving through these perfect oceans, but I'm forgetting to breathe. I'm forgetting to, uh, to do what I need to do.
I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. Take me back to Eden.
I love this transition, like the chorus, and I'm gonna pause because we're here to talk about it. So if you just want to listen to the song, go listen to the song. But I like the chorus is just this imagery of like, my, those eyes like fire. I'm a winged insect. You're a funeral pyre. So to me, that's this like imagery of a moth to a flame. Like somebody's eyes like fire, like they're drawing you in with like this warmth, and like I'm a wing insect, you're a funeral pyre. It's like I'm being drawn to the flame, I'm being drawn to your fire. Come now, bite through these wires. I'm awaking hell, and the gods grow tired. Reset my patient violence along both lines of a pathway higher. Grow back your sharpest teeth, you know my desire. This is really interesting because it's like it's this like self-awareness of like I'm being drawn to you, like I'm a wing insect, you're a funeral pyre. Come now, bite through these wires, like bite through my wires, I guess. Um, and there's this notion of like reset my patient violence along both lines of a pathway higher. Grow back your sharpest teeth, you know my desire. It kind of feels like somebody who likes the hurt. Like grow back your sharpest teeth. Like I want you to bite me. I want you to inflict pain. Um, grow back your sharpest teeth. You know my desire. And then in the refrain, like I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. Take me back to Eden. Take me back to Eden. So it's like this person is willing to like if anyone on the outside looking in is like, wow, this person's like crazy. They're unreasonable. But in the refrain, I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. There's like almost like a begging to like aspect to it.
Take me back to Eden. Take me back to
Yeah, this feels like a begging, like a somebody. I guess begging is the best word for it.
well, yeah, I spit blood when I wake up. Sink porcelain stain, choking up brain matter and makeup. Just 2 days since the mainframe went down and I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat freezer, I dangling like cold cuts. Missed calls, answer phones from people I just don't
So it's
trust.
kind of interesting.
Talk, fake love, but I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. White roses, black doves, godmother, rise up. I need you to see me for what I have become.
So up until now, are like
Well, yeah.
up until now, when we're looking at this figure, it's backlit. We don't see the face. There's no real detail, and we're starting to become more familiar with it. Here, like we get a fully lit, like golden pauldrons. We can kind of see chest. Like this kind of looks, I would assume, like female. Um, and we kind of see the like the golden scythe. We see the tentacles more clearly. We see all the lights coming off the wings. That's so fucking cool. Um, yeah.
Porcelain stain, choking up brain matter and makeup. Just 2 days since the mainframe went down and I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat freezer, I dangling like cold cuts. Missed calls, answer phones from people I just don't trust. Mirror talk, fake love, but I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. White roses, black doves, godmother, rise up. I need you to see me for what I have become.
I mean, in this second verse, there's a bit of like defiance. Like it feels like um there's this notion of like I spit blood when I wake up, choking up brain matter and makeup. 2 days since the mainframe went down, I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat freezer. I dangle in like cold cuts. There's a little bit of like, I mean, even in the second part of this, mirror talk, fake love, and mirror talk. I mean, I don't know if some of y'all have been there, but that's to me that conjures up image of like you're just fucking done. Like life's thrown you a few curveballs, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror like, what the fuck happened? What's going on with me? And but there's a notion of defiance here with like, I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. So there's a bit of like, like fuck you here. There's a bit of, I think in the first part, there's a bit more like I guess in the first part, there's a bit more of like a desperation.
Dream, see you drifting past the
I think when we talked
fall.
about begging here,
Mama
ooh, a little like growl, like
like
ooh.
fire, I'm a winged insect. You're a funeral pyre. Come set my passion for my desire. I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. Take me back to Eden.
Yeah, I kind of feel like in this first chorus and refrain here, there's like a bit of desperation, a bit of that bit of begging I talked about, but in the second verse there's a bit of like a bit of like this person slowly changing and slowly like, you know, like they say, answer phones for people I just don't trust. Mere talk, fake love. I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. There's a bit of like, I guess, anger there. It's like some underlying like, fuck you, you know?
Blood when I wake up, sink porcelain stain, choking up brain matter and makeup. Just 2 days since the mainframe went down and I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat
Yeah,
freezer,
it's like
I
there's an
dangling like
awareness
cold
here.
cuts. Missed calls, answer phones from people I just don't trust. Mirror talk, fake love, but I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. White roses, black doves, godmother, rise up. I need you to see me for what
I mean,
I
black doves is
am.
weird. I don't know the white roses, the significance of white roses, but black dove seems odd, right?
Come now, bite through these wires. I'm awaking hell and the gods grow tired. Reset my patient violence along both lines of a pathway higher. Grow back your sharpest teeth, you know my desire.
I mean, when this figure was first shown, it looked pretty like beautiful, and but as we're starting to get more of a light, like it's almost like they're seeing the mask come off. Like we see the face here that's kind of fucked up. We see the tattered dress, the dirt. I mean, it looks kind of dirty. We cracked pauldrons, or like, all these scratched up pauldrons. This looks like somebody who's, I don't know, like
I guess it goes to show, does it not, that we've no idea what we've got until we lose it. And no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it.
mm. I think the first time I heard this song, this lyric, I mean, this is just fucking sad if you ask me. Um, I guess it goes to show, does it not, that we've no idea what we've got until we lose it, and no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it. This is just sad. Like, I mean, there's the adage that sometimes, like, love is enough, and love will help make it through. And but I think in the world, it's very possible that two people have love for each other, but it just doesn't work. Uh, and I think this is what this alludes to. Like, we've no idea what we've got until we lose it, and no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it. So like, two people can love each other, and if you know some of the sleep token lore, you'll know that vessel, or the concept of sleep token, is Vessel being, who's their main singer, I believe, being visited by this sleep deity, or this deity named Sleep. And I don't know if this is Vessel kind of reflecting on a relationship with Sleep, or if this is just Vessel. I mean, when I listen to the song, I kind of relate this to some of my relationship experiences and things like that. But this notion of like, no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it. there's a realization there that like people have to make that choice. People have to try. People have to put effort in, and you can love somebody all you want, but if you're not choosing that relationship and you're not trying, like they say here, no amount of love will keep it around. I just love this lyric so much. I think this is one of my favorite Sleep Token lyrics. This whole section, this whole fucking section's so good. Back a little more.
Guess it goes to show, does it not, that we've no idea what we've got until we lose it. And no amount of love will keep it around.
Are the tentacles are growing.
If we don't choose,
You can slowly see them starting to encompass. I never noticed that.
and I don't know what it's got.
Oh, there you go. So I don't want to pause it too much, but there's some interesting things happening here. Like just over the course of the video, like if we're looking through it at the beginning, we see this dark-ish figure, but it's backlit and it looks, there's something kind of eerily like beautiful about it. Like just that, there's something kind of eerily interesting about that. And as the video progresses, like we start to see more and more of the figure, different angles. We start to see a little like frontal shots of the face, but it's still masked. Like this reminds me of, like when you have an idea of what someone might be and what someone might be, and then slowly the mask starts to slip, and we start to see like there's a bit of like juxtaposition. Like there's beauty in the golden pauldrons, there's beauty in the golden scythe, but it is still a scythe. There's some beauty in the apple, but like contrast that with the tattered clothing, the dirt, or whatever. I mean, it looks kind of dirty. The tendrils, and like we talk about like toxic relationships and toxic people and how they can kind of get their hooks in you, or like tendrils can be associated with like corruption and evil. And as we like watch the video, this figure starts to it becomes more clear to us, like, okay, this thing isn't as beautiful as it was in the beginning. We start to see the tendrils, we start to see them grow and kind of uh, you know I think there's a line that's like, I don't know what's got its teeth in me, but I'm about to bite back. um and I think that that speaks to like being hooked or being grabbed. But anyways, I think it's just interesting how this figure over time, and even here, like we see the water start to come in. There was a first line about forgetting how to breathe and diving through perfect oceans, and the water coming in is interesting. The it was no accident. I believe that's chokehold. Um, when we were made, it was no accident. I believe that's chokehold. And like one of the lyrics in the song is "You got me in the chokehold." Um, and I think it talks about like somebody's grip and like with the lore of Sleep Token. I think it's interesting. I wonder if like maybe sleep has a grip on Vessel. I don't even know. Like, is this sleep? Um, but it kind of feels like that's a callback to chokehold for sure. Um, yeah, it's interesting. Oh. Okay, this last part's interesting. I mean, so so earlier in the song we get this I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. And that one seemed like desperation and begging and like I'll do it. Like just take me back there. I'll do it. Whereas in this last part, there's a lot of like, I mean, it doesn't say I will travel. It says I have traveled far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. And at this point, um, Vessel is like, or I don't know if it's Vessel that's screaming this part. I think it's one of the other band members, but just in general, whoever's singing this is like they've traveled beyond the path of reason. Like they're far beyond it. They're maybe going like it feels like their sanity is being like fucked with. And they're angry. Like there's I mean it's metal and they're screaming, sure, but like there's a real underlying anger that I feel here. Like this person is fucking pissed off. Let's listen to it again. I'm not sure if they're saying I have traveled. I think that's what the lyrics I have say, but let's hear it again. I don't know if it's I have or I will again. Sounds like will. And we see I don't know what this represents here. Like we see the figure being crystallized and the water this feels like water tanks filling up or maybe like a door opening, like an exit. I don't really know it. The perspective's kind of weird. But I wonder what the crystallized statue represents here. Oh man. Whew. What a ride. Yeah, Sleep Token is just fantastic. I mean, I think there's a lot to dissect in terms of like imagery. This video was very simple, right? It's just different shots of this figure. Um, that transition from this beautifully, this alluring, dark sort of, figure, and then some aspects of beauty. But we see the tendrils and we see the tattered dress and we see the pauldron with, you know, battle scars. Like this is an entity that has seen some shit. um, you know, and I think for me, anyways, the beauty of music is that um, when listening to a song, you can kind of take your own meanings from it. Um, at least with me, from my lens and my perspective, this seems like, I guess, a relationship gone bad, or a toxic relationship, or something that didn't work out. There's a lot here that like alludes to that. Like, for example, I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. That kind of feels like some sort of toxic relationship where, you know, maybe money is involved, or there's a bit of like vindictiveness to try and like, you know, something around that. And this person's like, no, like, not happening. I will fight you tooth and nail for that. And I mean, it might be metaphor. It might not be literal, you know, pay stub, but I think it's like, I will take a piece of your flesh before you affect my well-being. Like, I'm pissed. There's notions of mere talk, fake love, um, like grow back your sharpest teeth. You know my desire. I think the song starts, kind of like desperate and sad, and it starts to evolve into like, I think the song starts desperate and sad, and then it evolves into like a realization, a level of awareness, that this person is having. Um, you know, and like the room feels like a meat freezer. I dangle in like cold cuts. This person's feeling, you know, just cold around them, and they're just dangling there. They're not really, you know, maybe they're stuck, or, um, you know, mirror talk, fake love, white roses, black doves. I think that's an interesting one. Um, you know, when I think of white roses, those are beautiful, and those are, um, you know, like white roses seem like a really beautiful symbol. Whereas black doves, the contrast there is interesting. Yeah, I think the chorus, two of my favorite Sleep Token lyrics, I think, are in here, which would be, um, I guess it goes to show, does it not, that we've no idea of what we got until we lose it, and no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it. That's just powerful. And the chorus too. My, those eyes like fire. I'm a winged insect. You're a funeral pyre. It paints this really sad picture of that being drawn in and being attracted to the flame. You know, like a moth to a flame. I just fucking love this song. I think this is one of the better Sleep Token songs I've heard. You know, there's chokeholds, summoning. Do you think you could love me? And we'll react to those. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed some of the insight, some of the analysis. Hope you guys like this song. Leave a comment below. Like, what's your favorite lyric here? And what should I react to next? Yeah, anyways, keep things metal. Peace.